Today we continue our reading of Liber, or Book 4, on magic, mysticism, and this is one of those texts that that I think it's very important to try to address. This is one of those books that I think, whether or not you agree with everything in the book, I think it's one of those texts that's important to have. Okay. Very good book. I'm actually going to give a link for those that are interested if you want to buy a copy. So, today, we continue our reading with Part 1, or Mysticism, Chapter 3, Yama and Niyama. The Hindus have placed these two attainments in the forefront of their program. And by the way, I just want to add that I don't necessarily agree with everything in the text, just as a general rule that needs to be understood. I'm simply reading an occult classic and letting it sit on its own. So again, this is one of those books that I highly recommend. So, I don't necessarily agree with everything that is said. So, I'm just reading the words in the book. So, Chapter 3, Yama and Niyama. The Hindus have placed these two attainments in the forefront of their program. They are the moral qualities and good works which are supposed to predispose to mental calm. Yama, the footnote says Yama means literally control. It is dealt with in detail in Part 2, the Wand. Yama consists of non-killing, truthfulness, non-stealing, continence, and non-receiving of any gift. In the Buddhist system, sila, virtue, is similarly enjoined. The qualities are, for the layman, these 5. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt drink no intoxicating drink. For the monk many others are added. The commandments of Moses are familiar to all. They are rather similar. And so are those given by Christ in the Sermon on the Mount. Some of these are only the virtues of a slave, invented by his master to keep him in order. The real point of the Hindu Yama is that breaking any of these would tend to excite the mind. Subsequent theologians have tried to improve upon the teachings of the masters, have given a sort of mystical importance to these virtues. They have insisted upon them for their own sake, and turned them into Puritanism and formalism. Thus, non-killing, which originally meant do not excite yourself by stalking tigers, has been interpreted to mean that it is a crime to drink water that has not been strained, lest you should kill the animalcula. But this constant worry, this fear of killing anything by mischance is, on the whole, worse than a hand-to-hand conflict with a grizzly bear. If the barking of a dog disturbs your meditation, it's simplest to shoot the dog and think no more about it. A similar difficulty with wives has caused some masters to recommend celibacy. In all these questions, common sense must be the guide. No fixed rule can be laid down. The non-receiving of gifts, for instance, is rather important for a Hindu who would be thoroughly upset for weeks if anyone gave him a coconut. But the average European takes things as they come by the time he has been put into long trousers. The only difficult question is that of continence, or sexual abstinence, which is complicated by many considerations, such as that of energy. But everybody's mind is hopelessly muddled on this subject, which some people confuse with eritology, and others with sociology. There will be no clear thinking on this matter until it is understood as being solely a branch of athletics. We may then dismiss Yama and Niyama with this advice. Let the student decide for himself what form of life, what moral code, will least tend to excite his mind. But once he has formulated it, let him stick to it, avoiding opportunism, and let him be very careful to take no credit for what he does or refrains from doing. It is a purely practical code of no value in itself. The cleanliness of the which assists the surgeon in his work would prevent the engineer from doing his at all. Ethical questions are adequately dealt with in Tien Dao, in Conks Om Pax, and should be there studied. See also Liber 30 of the AA, that's Liber Libri. Also in Liber 220, the Book of the Law, it is said, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law." Remember that for the purpose of this treatise, the whole object of Yama and Niyama is to live so that no emotion or passion disturbs the mind. So, and that is the end of the reading. So, if you're treating it like an audio book, then you can skip ahead to the next one. Okay. So, that is Book 4, or Liber Abba. And this is one of those occult classics. Okay, I'm going to leave a link. Yep, we will go on to the next video. And here in a few hours, I'm going to go into the next Shem Angel. And I want to make very clear that Shem Angels are a totally different topic. Okay, these are totally different systems. But today we continued this reading. And we are going to continue our reading of the 3 books of occult philosophy as well. So we're going to continue reading Agrippa. So we're working piece by piece through the various occult classics. We have Agrippa. We're working through the Thoth Tarot course. We have Liber Abba. And of course, we're working systematically through the Shem Angels. So here in a few hours, this morning, we're going to do the Shem Angel video today. And so we're going to have a Shem Angel video coming out later. So that's basically it. And I will see y'all in the next video. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. See y'all in the next video, y'all.